Mohit, but with online deliveries and e-commerce, especially at a time of contactless deliveries, becoming such an integral part of all of our lives, right? How is it that you're ensuring that you get into more of these online services, enhanced tech-enabled deliveries at your end?
Has been a growth engine for us, and as market leaders we obviously have a very strong partnerships with all the key customers, which we continued through this journey. I think ecom has struggled a little bit because of their own supply chain constrictions, but we've been working very closely with them. I think what has happened is that, as you rightly said, that the COVID infection pandemic happening and the lockdown, I think simply the shopper inertia has been lifted from e-com and the adoption rates will move up dramatically. I think at this stage, our focus really is in to make sure that the right assortment and service levels are there, which are today broken. And I think that will continue for a few more weeks coming forward. I think long term, we do continue to see winning with the key partners. I think moving to more customer centric and data driven approaches and strategies to create win-win experiences for our e-shoppers. But I think additionally, as you rightly said, there is more disruption happening. So, we've seen kind of new models come out very quickly in a very short period of time, scaling up. I think Swiggy and Zomato have been two that most of the industry has been working with. And in a very short period of time, I mean, as of last, we know they're delivering at about 30,000 odd deliveries in a day for groceries, which is quite commendable in the last few weeks that they've done. I think a great example for us was, we started to work with a tech-enabled startup in Delhi called Milk Basket, basically delivering morning groceries to consumers. And in the last month, we've seen a business that has grown tenfold. So I think we're looking at new opportunities and we're consolidating with the key partners in the e-commerce space, because I think this one is just going to explode in the coming months.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. But tell me, every company at this time, a point in time, has to have a post-COVID strategy in place. What is it that you're doing at Kellogg India in terms of a strategy which is going to be sustainable over a longer term? Because I think, world over, there are going to be changes in how businesses are going to be run and how employees are going to go about doing the business.
I think it's a great question. And I have to be honest, what we are looking at will have a far-reaching impact across the social and economic fabric of the world. I don't think India will be any exception to that either. But if I were to be very candid, I think it is nearly impossible to predict the length or the depth of the impact that we are looking at. This is a story that will unfold. Most strategies and plans that we make are based on assumptions that are stable and relatively predictable. This is obviously not true anymore, and I don't even think we understand it fully yet. I think this is the VUCA world that we've been talking about for a long time, just at a very, very different level. At this stage, to be very honest, our focus is on remaining agile and adaptable, which we have to be because the learnings will emerge as we go. We are drawing up scenarios, and there can be more than one for sure. And then we will navigate through those scenarios as the situation unfolds month on month, quarter on quarter, at least for the next 6 months that I can foresee. I think at this stage, my only focus is to remain agile and keep very, very close to the market and consumer to make sure that we pick up these trends very early. Having said that, I think there are 3 tenets that we believe will guide our intent going forward. I think fundamentally what will remain true is that consumers will gravitate towards brands that they can trust and brands that they will continue to remain relevant even as the consumer's new normal emerges. I think in Kellogg's, we will remain true to our purpose, which is nourishing India in a manner that is relevant and authentic. I think nutrition and health will play a significant role with consumers. It is going to get elevated. And at Kellogg's, we will continue to strive and innovate against that. And continue to delight the millions of consumers who have loved our brands over the last 25 years. As they say, tough times don't last, but loved brands do. So I think that tenet is going to be true, and we'll continue to invest in our brand as we have. I think second that we're looking, and this is more specific to the food processing sector, is there's a significant shift that is going to happen from out of home to in-home food consumption. So, broadly, the out of home food consumption in India is about 4.5 lakh crores. And as you can imagine, all of that consumption has moved in-home in the last 6 weeks and will continue to be so because of social distancing becoming the new norm and affordability becoming the new challenge as we get out of this and our economy will get affected. And I think this is an opportunity as consumers look for new solutions. I think it has far-reaching implications on what brands can do. And I think it's a great way for the packaged food industry and for sure at Kellogg's that we'll be looking at on how to tap into. I think the last one that I believe will happen is a significant disruption in the FMCG supply chain and route to market, from which they will see good opportunities come up as traditional models will be challenged. We're looking at it today that we are operating the business at fairly high levels
Right.
of the industry without the traditional model working today. None of my people are able to visit a store. So company needs to be prepared for
Sure.
that and remain agile and
Right.
adaptive and hopefully even lead